Yeah, hi there. These comments, I'm going to use the first letter of your first and last name. I'm going to say QS. And good to hear from you. So, you went ahead and went through the three reading passages, and then you answered the questions in Part B. And what I want to do right now is to give you what's called an intelligibility score. And also, I want to recommend some lessons and some things that you can do so you can speak more clearly. Of course, it is up to you about whether or not you want to review these specific lessons, but I really hope you do. Okay, first of all, what is your intelligibility score? Your intelligibility score basically means is how easy or difficult is it for someone who is a native speaker to understand what you're saying. Now, one would be it's impossible to understand what you say, and if you get a score of 7, it means you are a native speaker, that you talk exactly at the same pace, rhythm, and tone as a native speaker does. Okay, so for you, I'm going to put you at 2.8 out of 7 at this point. So I'm putting you with your speaking low intermediate in your speaking proficiency. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 7 levels. I'm going to put you around level 2 right now, but you're almost level 3, but not quite. So there seems to be a gap. I think, based on your level, you should probably be at least intermediate level right now, but you're not. Okay, let's talk about why. So when you're speaking, especially when you're answering the 3 questions at the end, you might not know whether to say same arguments or similar arguments. I think with part 2, you misunderstood what the question was, so that indicates a lower level proficiency level. It says, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? You talked about what you were doing 5 years ago, so I was asking you to talk about something in the future, and you talked about something in the past. So either you didn't understand the question, or you didn't have the ability to talk about things in the future. Maybe grammatically you couldn't do it. But either case, that gives you a lower score because of that. So in terms of the my TOEFL course, I'd like to have you take a look at a few lessons. I think that you're still struggling with many vowel and consonant sounds of American English. So keep working hard in my Speak Clearly lessons number 1 through 24. I would practice all of those. And then in the second part of my course, I'd like to have you take a look at word stress, sentence rhythm, intonation. Those are probably the most important there. So word stress lessons start at lesson 29 to 32, and the sentence rhythm lessons for my online course begin at 33 to 35, and the intonation lessons focus around 36 to 40 there. And what you want to do is try to vary your tone more. You're speaking more in a monotone. So lessons 36 through 40 will teach you some of the basic rules regarding intonation. Now, something else that might be useful for you is music. Singing. Singing is great practice for pronunciation. I was recommending that to somebody else at my website just the other day. But you can go to YouTube and you can type in the words to a song. You can find the song by video, and you can see the words to the song in the video, and you can practice singing with the singer. It's kind of like karaoke. Karaoke would be good practice for you right now. It'll probably help you improve your stress, your rhythm, and your tone a little bit. It can, and it will. So it's just a matter of practicing a little bit more. So also you'll notice lesson 48 of my second part of my course, it talks about long-term pronunciation tips. So I think for you, I think it's a great idea to think about what some things you can do. I call these long-term goals, to sit down and think about some things that you can do in the future that will make a difference in how clearly and how fluently you speak English. Alrighty, so again, let's recap. I gave you a score of 2.8 out of 7. For the purposes of our class, now I know you're one of my online students, but you're also one of my students at California State University, San Bernardino, right? So let's take a look at your score here. So 2.8 puts you at about 74% on this particular pronunciation post test. Okay? And again, thank you for completing the assignment.